Hello guys, and welcome back to HJW Gaming and another video on Age of Empires Mobile, this time focused on the 5 best tips I have for free-to-play players to maximise the value you get from your account. If you enjoy the Age of Empires Mobile's videos, please drop a like on this video and please hit subscribe to see more of my content on this in the future. Without further ado, straight into the video. Now, my first top tip is probably the most essential out of all of them, and that is to make sure that you join an active alliance as soon as possible. Once you get to chapter 8 in your when you begin your season, you'll be able to join an alliance, and you want to make sure you join an active alliance with as many members as possible, as there are a huge number of benefits to doing so. The first of these is that you can gain speed ups for building or any other action within your keep. So if I go into my university here and activate a new research, if I go into Pikeman's Defence here, get the resources, and I choose to do this level of research, when I click upgrade, I get given the option for Alliance Assistance. If I click this, you'll see it's given out 12 different options for my alliance to assist me in this research development. Now, this is also applicable for upgrading buildings as well. So if I take a look at another building, if I click to upgrade, you'll see I get a similar option here to also give out alliance assistance. So now I have 12 different allies that can assist me and speed up with any of my actions within the game. Now, this is amazing because each assistance can give you around 1% of speed up, but that's huge because it obviously will save you a ton of your speed up items and therefore your precious resources as a free-to-play player. So you want to make sure you're always getting the maximum number of ally assistances as you go through the game, not just quickly speeding up. You want to make sure you're always getting the maximum number of ally assistances. So you'll see here we've already had 3 assistances and the time has gone down pretty dramatically. So that's one of the crucial things of joining an active alliance. However, there are a ton of other benefits. If I also go into the alliance, you'll see here, and you get your kind of alliance overall screen. There are a lot of benefits for you within here as well. First up is the assist menu. Now, this is where this is the opposite side of what we just spoke about. This is where you can help assisting others. So if I click assist all, I will speed up other players as well, and you can gain alliance coins as a result, which we'll talk about in a moment. But then, therefore, being an active alliance and making sure you're always assisting people will show the leaders that you're active, keep you in the alliance, and help, obviously, others as well save some of their speed up. So the same in reverse as to what we first spoke about. Next up, there's also gifts as well, which is the second menu in the bottom right. Now, as you see here, as people in your alliance complete certain actions, there are gifts given out to the rest of the alliance. And this is why I stress that your alliance must have many members and be as active as possible, because the more active they are, the more gifts you're going to get. If you see in common gifts, as people are defeating, say, banner deputy raid mobs or defeating tribes, you get an option to pick up some resource. So here I would get 2,000 stone, 2,000 gold, for example, and also some speed ups as well. So this can help you get more resources and more speed ups and basically just more of everything into your keep for doing nothing, basically, just for being part of the alliance. Under the advanced, you also have other better items that you can also be gifted. So, for example, premium currency here in Empire Coins. If one of your ally members purchases the premium currency, you will also get a small number of Empire Coins as well for doing nothing but being part of their alliance. Similarly, if people buy speed ups, you can get additional speed up items, and if you click claim all, you will just pull all of that straight into your keep. And you'll see, just for being part of my alliance here, I've gained 10 premium currency, I've gained 12 minutes worth of speed ups, and I've gained 12,000 worth of resource. So it's worth doing, making sure you're always part of that active alliance. Now, the next thing within this menu that can be very valuable to you is the treasury option down at the bottom. Now, when we assisted members, you saw we got those alliance coins, and this is where you can spend those alliance coins for, again, valuable resources and benefits to your account. So you'll see here I can get anything from rename scrolls and relocate tokens, but I can also get speed ups, I can get resource chests, and also I can get experience tomes to help level up commanders, which as a free-to-play player, if you're struggling to level your commander, this could be extremely valuable. and then also elite recruitment tokens, which you can purchase to pick up some of the elite heroes. As a free-to-play player, if you often don't have enough synergistic legendary commanders, elite will become the staple of your kind of the third army in your or third commander in your army, and therefore these tokens could be very, very valuable in making sure you've got those upgraded as much as possible. So as free-to-play player, make sure you're always engaging with your alliance, always picking up that maximum number of alliance coins from assists, which I think is 2,000 per day, and then as a result you can then buy many good items from that treasury menu. Next up within the alliance, you have the land menu, which is kind of in the centre, and you'll see that there are many benefits here as well just for being part of the alliance. You get daily resource rewards, so you'll see these refresh at midnight UTC every day, and in my case it gives 16k lumber, 16k stone and 16k gold. Now I've had to do nothing to earn these, I just have to be part of the alliance, so again, more resources as a free player, brilliant. Next up is supplies bounty as well. So you'll see as people challenge tribes and mobs, the supplies bounty will become available. I think it's once every hour. And so if I click claim on that, you'll see I can claim here, claim bounties, and I've gained 20 minutes worth of speed ups here, and also 17k worth of resource chests. Again, free to play, absolutely amazing to get additional speed ups and resources that will be critical for our development. Now, the next thing kind of being crucial in the alliance will help with is assistance in events. So, for example, when you get towards the events where you have to take down raid bosses, you will have assistance from your friends who, when you do the raid bosses, they can join your raid and basically help you to complete it, and therefore you get rewards from it, and you can join other people's raids as well to get rewards from them. So therefore you're requiring to have an alliance basically to get the maximum out of most events. We'll talk a bit more on that later on. And then the kind of final key piece of information will be that once you go to war, of course mostly we've been talking about PvE so far, but once you go to war with other fellowships and other players, being in an active alliance that has obviously many strong players will be valuable, as you're going to need their assistance in order to win any wars that you go in and finish in a good place within your server. So yeah, first tip, make sure you're always in an active alliance, as it is probably the most crucial thing for free-to-play players to get the most value out of their account. Now, next up, I want to talk about building a priority order for free-to-play players, and this is going to tie slightly hand in hand with that alliance thing we just said, and that is making sure to upgrade your embassy first priority. You want to have this the highest level possible at all times. Now, the reason for this is that the embassy is what determines how many of those alliance assistants that you can get. So if I click the little information up in the top right, you'll see down this right hand side of the table the number of alliance assistant chances goes up as you go through. So 5 is the base amount, and then you get this additional plus depending on how high level your embassy is. So my embassy being level 13 means I get 7 additional chances, which is why I had 12 when I demonstrated the alliance assistance early on. But if you see, this can keep pushing on and on and on until you can get 25 additional chances. Now if we say an assist is about 1% of the kind of build time or research time, once you get to this level 30, you're cutting 25% off your time. This is enormous. 25% will save you a ton of speed ups in the long run, so therefore you always want to prioritize your embassy to always make sure that you're getting that maximum value from your alliance assistants. Now, third, we want to talk about commanders that within your army and who to really focus on. I'm not going to go through specific army compositions here, as there will be other videos in future based on this. However, there is a couple of general guides I can give around which commanders you should focus. So the first of this is to make sure to focus commanders that are accessible and not behind a paywall. At the beginning of the game, you will have options to buy the heroic triumph offers, for example, that give chests for Hua Mulan and Leonidas as well. And whilst they are very strong heroes, as they're stuck behind this paywall, as a free-to-play player, they're going to be out of options to you, or if you're a low spender, you're not really going to want to focus on these, as you're not going to be able to upgrade them without continual spend. So instead, you want to try and focus on commanders that within your tavern are available within the recruitment option. So if I click into here, you'll see in the top right there is an option called prize pool, and a lot of people don't know this, but not all commanders are available within the tavern's prize pool. So only this select number are available here. Now you'll see there is 12 legendary heroes, so you'll want to try and focus if you can on on some of these at least that fit within your army. Of course, good options within here, you have Josephine and you have Joan of Arc, who are both given to you at the start of the game, and to unlock a new hero takes 10 coins, so essentially you already have a head start of 10 coins with these two heroes, so it might be wise to focus on these and then synergistic heroes that you also pick out within the tavern pool, and we'll see how the meta shakes out in future. So far there are a couple of other decent ones in here. Hammurabi, for example, for a swordsman army does appear to be pretty decent as well, so you can synergize him potentially with Josephine, who is also a swordsman, to get the most out of them. But essentially, you want to make sure that you're focusing on commanders that are accessible. There are others that are accessible from events, so you also want to be focusing on those as well. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But yeah, commander-wise, make sure you're not focusing on commanders that will require large amounts of spend to pick up, basically. You want to make sure you're focusing primarily on those available within events or that tavern pool just there. Now, when we go into the overworld here, there's one thing you want to always also make sure that you're completing every single day, as it's critical for getting the maximum amount of resources. Down on the bottom left, we do have this kind of compass icon, and that will take you here to your exploration menu. Now, the exploration can be very good. You spend a small amount of your stamina, so 5 stamina, and you can get rewards as you see listed on here. So for this one, there are XP tomes and also skill point tokens, which is very, very useful, as a lot of skills take a lot of skill points to upgrade, and most of those are available in paid packs. However, for yourself, this kind of expedition to get the additional skill tokens will be essential for getting as many of those in as possible. So if I were you, I would pick up these skill points as soon as possible. But there are other things available as well: speed ups, resource chests, as well as epic hero medals, so you can get medals to upgrade your epic heroes, as I said earlier, who could early on be part of your main army, so getting those in could be very useful for upgrading those heroes as much as possible. And similarly, you can get resources, XP tomes. Exactly, you basically want to do as many of these as possible. You are limited by stamina, as I think most of these, except for these kind of purple ones here, I think most of these take 5 stamina in order to complete, and you only have a very limited stamina pool, which is universal amongst all of your commanders. It's your overall account stamina, and that is just here. So you want to make sure that you're doing as many explorations as possible in order to maximize the use of that stamina and get those resources into your keep. Additional bonus one here within this stamina option. So I clicked my icon up in the top left to get to this menu, and you can see my stamina is 92. If you click the plus to the side, there is also a daily stamina additional supply, which you can get once a day, which gives you 50 more stamina. So that's 10 more explorations or 10 more tribes that you can hit. So make sure that you're picking this up every single day when you obviously run low on that stamina. But anyway, so yeah, back to exploration. So you definitely want to be doing these to make sure that you're getting the maximum number of benefits to your account. Within this same menu, you also have the daily challenges menu as well. And again, you want to make sure that you're fully progressing this. Now, completing each of these here, you'll see you get a reward. So you get a reward of resources here. So this top one, make 10 Alliance technology donations. That is 6k of each resource just for completing that task. And it also gives a progress along this progress bar at the top. You'll see I'm 190 through out of 200. So you want to make sure that you maximize and get this to 200 every single day, because on top of the resources you get for doing the individual challenges, you can also get rewards from these chests as you progress through the day. And these can include very valuable things for free-to-play players. So, for example, we get 15 5-minute speed-ups. That's huge, so 2.5 hours worth of speed-ups. You get a heroic expedition point as well, but also a legendary arrival recruitment token. So that will allow you to open the legendary prize pool within the tavern and have a chance at getting legendary heroes. So you'll definitely want to make sure you're completing this every day, so you get one more pull on this, which as a free-to-play player will be one of your primary sources of getting hold of legendary heroes, of course, as you're reliant on the game's rewards. So make sure you're doing that every single day and fully completing the daily challenges. And last but not least is to make sure that you're fully participating within the in-game events. Now, in the top right of your menu will be the event center. Now, this can be somewhat overwhelming as there is a huge number of events, particularly at the beginning of the game. So you need to kind of work out how best to navigate this and which events to focus on the most. But most of these will unlock, as you see here, as you kind of go through the game, they'll kind of naturally unlock. So there, you saw we had an unlock there. But some events can give fantastic value and will be key for maximising your free-to-play value. For example, early days in the server, so around day 2 this unlocks, there is the Giants Roar event. Now the Giants Roar event you need to make sure that you're participating in as much as possible. Now you saw earlier I kind of spawned that raid boss to show alliance members coming to help within my raid. But you also want to then join others' raids. So if I look here, I'll just read out the Giants Roar. So, capture tokens of the Giant Legion held by tribes and summon the Giant Legions and crush. Now, every time you assist a friend with doing their kind of raid or rally, you do get the rewards as you see on screen. So you can assist in raids with your alliance members up to 20 times on the Black Banner Deputy and 5 times on the Barbaric Giant raid boss. So if you do both of these together, and that's daily, by the way, so 20 of the top, 5 of the bottom every single day. So what that'll obviously give you is the main thing we're looking at here. Of course, the resources are great. We definitely want resources. Speed ups are great. Experience tomes, great. But the main thing we're looking at here are the legendary coins for, or medals for King Derek. So if we do 20 here and 5 down here, that'll give us 30 medals a day for King Derek, which is huge. Obviously 10 will unlock him, and 20 in the first day will also get him to his first star unlock or first star upgrade. So you'll definitely want to be doing as many of these as possible. So this again ties in with having a strong alliance, as you of course need to be able to join. You need a strong active alliance who are putting out plenty of raids so that you can join in with these and assist as much as possible. If we come back to the overworld, you'll see down in the bottom left there's this kind of horn icon of raids being undertaken by others. So I can click join rally and I can deploy my troop to go and assist in this raid, and now once it comes back I will get the rewards as listed below. If I look in my my battle log, you'll see here I've done several. So this top one is a Black Banner Deputy, and when I defeated it I got these resources here, the main thing being the King Derek medal. And again, when I fought against in the second report a Barbaric Giant, I got 2 King Derek medals. So this is extremely valuable. Getting 30 of these a day will allow you to unlock the King Derek Commander and keep him progressing and unlocking through his ranks. So you want to make sure you're fully engaged with this event. Furthermore, you can participate and create your own raids yourself. So every time you defeat a tribe in the overworld, let's find one here. So if you defeat a common tribe, defeat that in the overworld, you will then be rewarded with a Giant's Roar chest, which when you open the Giant's Roar chest will give you an amount of resources and also give you opportunity to open the chest and get one of these black banners. Or there is also another type of banner you can get as well, so Black Banner will spawn that the Black Banner member raid boss, and then there's another type which is a blue banner which will spawn the Barbaric Giants. When you're the one spawning the mob, you will always get the rewards. So whilst you can only help your fellow raids 20 times for the Black Banner and 5 times for the Giants, if you're spawning your own raid boss, you will always get rewards. So if you're spending stamina on defeating tribes and getting as many of these chests as possible and as many of these banners as possible, you can continue above that 30 coin reward that you're kind of limited to by helping others. So by being very active and by helping others with engaging in the event, you yourself will therefore get more rewards. And of course, by doing these raids, you can help others get towards their 20 and 5 limit as well. So they'll unlock King Derek as they go along. So I would definitely recommend maximising this as much as possible, making sure you're fully active every single day, and that way you can get the access to King Derek. Now, if I look within my message log, you'll see we just defeated that. So we get the Giants Raw reward, which is this chest here, the Giants Treasure I was just talking about, which gives me a 4% chance, a black banner, a 0.34 chance, a Giants Bronze Spear, and that's what spawns the Barbaric Giants. And then we also get 10k wood and some Empire coins as well. So we'll claim that right there, which is awesome. And now you'll see those are, if I open this, if I claim that, you'll see we'll get those. And we did actually get a black banner, which is excellent. So we can now initiate our own raid and get extra King Derek tokens. Now, as I said, I'm not going to go too much into armies, but King Derek himself is a fantastic commander, or appears to be early on. Of course, he was based on King David. I don't know why he changed to King Derek. But he is an archer and a swordsman, so we can synergize with both of those armies. Swordsman early on, particularly for free-to-play, will probably be useful, as he can synergize then with the swordsman capabilities of with Josephine. But of course, they are both archers as well, so they can both form an archer army. But I think their swordsman capabilities together is likely better. But yeah, so King Derek, if you engage with this every single day during the event, you can actually get him unlocked all the way to rank 5. So make sure you're engaging as much as possible, getting as many of these medals, as having a rank 5 hero as free to play. He's going to be the staple of your army for a long, long time. Some events also tie into the expedition menu. So if you click the little in the bottom right up arrow, sorry, I appreciate I'm in the way of this, but there's a little up arrow which will increase your drop down menu, and you'll see here there is the expedition option as well. And some events sit within here, such as this Battlefield Survivor event. Now, if you go through these events as well, there are a lot of beneficial rewards. You'll see here, for example, also legendary arrival recruitment tokens, as well as XP tomes, resources. Basically, you'll also want to complete these as much as possible, get the maximum number of resources from these events as well. Another example also, I think one that's season long, is Island Tactics, which is another expedition you'll want to fully complete. In the bottom right, kind of behind me, is a little screen to see how many coins you've unlocked, and the further you get through your Island Tactics expeditions, the more playtime. You see here I'm generating 590 per hour. If I was to get further within my Island Tactics, this would increase, and I'm basically passively generating these tactic coins. Now, the more of these I complete, as I said, so I'll generate another 9 tactic coins per hour if I complete this next level of Island Tactics. You'll want to progress this as far as possible to get those passive coins in the bank as quickly as possible, because then you can go into the store and you can buy a lot of very useful items for free to play for this kind of passive background generated currency. And you'll see this can be a bunch of different valuable things, and it goes all the way up here. You'll see it the further you get, the more good stuff you can unlock, and a lot of these things offer like legendary gear and things like that, which will be crucial later on in your season. But early on you get things like skill points as well as XP tomes and speed ups, so you'll definitely want to fully engage with this Island Tactics as well and get as far in as possible. So make sure you're basically fully maximizing the value of any event available at the time. And of course there will be more events in the future that give other heroes, so you want to make sure to engage with them. So 5th tip, engage fully with events, as the value it can give you is fantastic. Anyway, with that, that's been my 5 top tips. Hopefully you guys have found this really useful, particularly those of you who are low spend or free to play. If you have, again, smash the like button, that would be really appreciated, and please consider subscribing to see more of my Age of Empires mobile content in the future. With that, I've been HJW Gaming, and I really hope to see you on the next one.